Hey everybody there, this is Master Dave with the House of Warriors Martial Arts and Kickboxing, and there we adjust a little bit. And I'm doing this video because we did a couple topics yesterday, and it was interesting how, like I said in a previous live video, that, you know, my staff and I, you know, before classes we get together, we work out, and or we go over the plan for the day. Say, okay, here's the lesson plans I gave you guys in the weekends. Here's what I want to teach. Then we kind of fiddle around with it and say, you know what, let's try it this ways. And it was interesting that I changed one of the combos, and I said this is going to reflect more with what they're going to need, let's say, outside of the studio. And everything we teach here has to reflect to the outside of the studio, and that's how we feel. So what we did is I changed, you see we do a lot of stick drills, and the sticks, it's not so much about teaching people how to use sticks, it's teaching them how to use their hands better and manipulate their hands better so that they can have some self-defense skills. So bullying, you know, it's still an issue, and I have a student was going through some of that, and I could see he was like a little frustrated with something in class. I had to calm him down, had to kind of like get him there. He started doing the drill better, and I found out later he was dealing with some bullying issues, and I'm doing this video as kind of a response to that, and this is what I told him, and these are my top 3 that you need to talk to your kids about when it comes to bullying. Put them in something physical. That's number 1. So whatever it is, it could be a sport, it could be me, it could be anything that physically engages them so their mind isn't occupied by what they're going through, and there's a correlation to that. So train hard. That's what I told them. Train hard. Harder than you could train even when I'm not here. And that's going to build your confidence, which is going to later lead to skill, which is later going to break down those issues you have. Number 2, and I have it in my notes here, just to, yes, learn to relax. That's a very important one. I had to look at my notes there real quick. So when you learn to relax, because when you fight, when you learn to fight, a lot of people tend to tense up, and that's when problems happen. You have to learn to actually not be tense during those moments, and that's where you see the whole picture and whether you know if it's a dangerous situation or not. So we have to teach them to relax and really how we get there, training hard, leading to confidence will lead you to relax. So number 3, the last one is talk to them about when it's appropriate to engage. If they feel threatened, if they feel like they have to, then it's okay. You know, we can deal with what comes after, but in that moment, if they feel they're being harmed, they have to react. I'm going to share a story with you. I had a cousin who trained, and suffice it to say, he was a good student, but he was, let's say he was just nerdy. You know, he was very much into math, engineering, stuff like that, and not a bad thing to be, you know, just some kids prey on that. And they had gone through all the channels, and this was like in the 90s or so, early 90s, and they did all that, told the teacher, told the principal, told everybody. Nobody did anything. And one day 4 kids jumped him, and he fought and won. Now, I'm not highlighting that the violence was appropriate. I'm just saying that in that moment, even though he was, you know, kind of goofy when he would train, to be honest with you, but he took it seriously enough and trained hard enough that he was able to apply it. And it protected him. He didn't get in any trouble. He didn't get in any trouble because it was the appropriate time to react and document everything that's happened to you. So that's how we deal with it. So just remember those 3 points. Talk to your kids about it. Talk to everybody. Okay, 1, just to reiterate, train hard. Do something physical. That will build your confidence. That leads to step 2, learn to relax. In those moments, you have to be relaxed. You have to be alert, but you have to be relaxed. You can't be tense. They're going to sense that, and then it's going to make it worse, and then you're not going to be able to react. And 3, react when you have to. If you have to, you have to. We can't let children just keep like taking hits or getting beat up, and we have to address those issues, because that's why we have problems with children, and that's why we have those issues with school shootings, everything. It all leads to parenting. Okay, so let's help those kids out. That's it. I'll see you guys later. Have a great, great day.